Hey guys, here is our text for the week. It's called Fascinating Frogs. Here is the table of contents. Here's the introduction. Ribbit, even toddlers recognize the sounds of a frog. Why do you think that is? Why are we so fascinated with this animal? Is it because their croak is so different than the sounds that most other animals make? Or is it because some species of frogs can leap 20 times their own length in one jump? I am not sure what the reason of this for the fascination is, but I do know a few things about frogs. Frogs are amphibians that lay their eggs in or near water. Frogs will go through a complete metamorphosis, also known as a major change in their lives. During the tadpole phase, they have gills, but will develop lungs so that they can breathe air. Frogs don't drink water like we do. They soak it up through their skin. There are around 4,780 different species of frogs with slightly different behaviors and appearances. Let's take a closer look at a few of these frogs. The poison dart frog. The rainforests of Central and South America are home to one of the world's most poisonous animals, the poison dart frog. The bright colors are not just for fashion purposes. They are a warning to predators to be aware of their toxicity. For example, the golden poison dart frog could kill 20,000 mice with the poison inside of its body. The frog's skin is covered in the poison just one lick of its skin could mean death for a predator. But what about the dart part of their name? You guessed it. Their poison is extracted and used on the ends of hunters' darts to make these weapons even more dangerous. Bullfrog. The Bulldog Bullfrog gets its name due to its loud, deep croak and how similar it is to a cow's moo. Bullfrogs are semi-aquatic, which means they live near the edge of freshwater ponds and lakes. They eat insects, mice, snakes, fish, and other small creatures. They lunge at their food and swallow it whole. The female bullfrog lays up to 20,000 jelly-like eggs at one time. Once eggs become tadpoles, it will take them a year to develop into full-blown frogs. The male frog will hang around to protect the tadpoles, and he will attack any predator that tries to harm the tadpoles. Bullfrogs help us out by eating mosquito larvae and keeping the mosquito population from getting out of control. The leopard frog. The leopard frog is known for its large circular spots on its back. These spots act as a camouflage by helping it blend in with its surroundings. This adaptation protects the frogs from predators. The leopard frog is also known as the meadow frog because it can live in large open fields or even mountains. Most frogs live right next to fresh water to ensure that their skin stays moist. When the leopard frog is away from a permanent water source, it will rest in small holes like a ditch that it creates with its own body. During the winter, leopard frogs hibernate under rocks, mud, or underwater. The leopard frog that can leap 8 feet in one jump is the state amphibian for both Vermont and Minnesota. The red-eyed tree frog. Like other frogs, the red-eyed tree frog begins its life in eggs, then changes into a tadpole and eventually becomes a frog. The bright colors of their eyes and eggs are a defense mechanism known as startle coloration. The shocking colors usually cause predators to freeze and gives the tree frogs enough time to escape. Red-eyed tree frogs are nocturnal amphibians. Nocturnal means they like to sleep at night. They're awake at night. Also, most are nocturnal amphibians who mostly eat insects or frogs that are similar than they are. Red-eyed tree frogs also have suction cup toes that help them cling to tree branches. Female tree frogs lay their eggs on the underside of leaves that hang over water. This is very strategic because when the tadpoles emerge from their eggs, they will be washed down the leaves right into the water where they will stay until they are developed enough to climb up into the trees. The horned frog. The most common horned frog is the Argentine wide-mouthed frog. These frogs can be found in the rainforest of South America. They are known as greedy eaters as they will attempt to eat anything that moves close to them. From lizards to birds to small mammals, they will remain motionless until they spot their prey. Then they will shoot out their extremely sticky tongue let it hit their prey and retract their tongue back into their mouth. Their strong jaws will slam shut, preventing their prey from escaping. If a larger predator tries to eat them, the horned frog will bite it. The pointy pieces over their eyes act as another element of camouflage, as they look like leaves on the ground. The glass frog. Like many interesting frogs, the glass frog is native to Central and South America. His skin is so translucent that you can see his beating heart and other organs. Many people mistake the glass frog for the tree frog, but they have several differences. As far as their appearance, the main difference is that the glass frogs have large forward-facing eyes, whereas the tree frog has eyes on the side of his head. Glass frogs are territorial, which means that they claim an area as their own. Male glass frogs will warn other male glass frogs with a loud croak, but he will also become aggressive with other glass frogs that try to come into their area. Frogs are quite the fascinating creatures. Can you find similarities in the behavior of these frogs to other animals we have studied? Here is the glossary of all the words that were bold inside of the story. Defense mechanism is a behavior meant to protect oneself from harm. Permanent, lasting for a very long time. Retract, to pull back in. Toxicity, how poisonous something is. Translucent, not completely clear, but enough that light can pass through it and it can be seen through. I really hope you enjoyed our story about frogs. What I would like for you to do now is to go over to your must-do area and complete the directed drawing after you have written one fact about the frogs. And you can go back into the video to copy it out of the book if you want to, but I need one fact about your favorite frog that we read about, and then I want you to try to draw that frog in your directed drawing. So for example, if you were going to draw the red-eyed tree frog, I want you to try to draw it just like this using the same colors so I can know which frog was your favorite frog. Bye guys.